Good morning, students. We were doing the chapter on photosynthesis, and on the last turn I had explained to you that photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast of green plants. The site of photosynthesis is chloroplast, and it takes place in two steps or two phases. The first is called the light reaction or the light dependent phase of photosynthesis, also called the photochemical phase of photosynthesis, and it occurs in the grana of the chloroplast, in the thylakoids of the chloroplast. And the second phase of photosynthesis is light independent. Because it does not depend on light, it is called the dark reaction. It is also called the biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. It does not occur in dark. The only thing is that it is not dependent on light, so we call it independent, light independent phase of photosynthesis. But the products of the light dependent phase of photosynthesis are essential. Now, in the light reaction, photolysis of water takes place after chlorophyll absorbs photons of light and gets excited, leads to lysis of water in presence of light, and that is called photolysis of water. And oxygen is produced from water. ATP and NADPH, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, is reduced, and ATP is formed. Formation of ATP we have discussed under phosphorylation, cyclic phosphorylation and non-cyclic phosphorylation, and basically the end products of light reaction are ATP, NADPH and oxygen. Now these two, ATP and NADPH, are used in dark reaction to reduce carbon dioxide. In dark reaction, reduction of carbon dioxide takes place. Hydrogen is supplied to carbon dioxide. Reduction takes place in presence of enzyme, carboxylase enzyme. We will be discussing in detail today the dark reaction. Now coming to dark reaction, as I told you, this is called the biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast, or the site of biosynthetic phase is the stroma or the matrix, ground substance of the chloroplast. Now basically this was discovered by Melvin Calvin. He discovered that the first carbon dioxide fixation product in dark reaction is a 3-carbon compound called phosphoglyceric acid. This is the first carbon dioxide fixation product. Now, while discovering this details of the biosynthetic phase, it was discovered by other scientists that there are some plants that follow the pathway in which the first product is a 3-carbon compound, phosphoglyceric acid, whereas there are some plants in which the first product of carbon dioxide fixation is not phosphoglyceric acid, is not a 3-carbon compound. Instead, a 4-carbon compound called oxaloacetic acid is formed, and such plants are said to be C4 plants, and the pathway is called C4 pathway or C4 cycle. Whereas those in which 3-carbon compound phosphoglyceric acid is the first carbon dioxide fixation product follow the C3 cycle or C3 pathway, and such plants are called C3 plants. Melvin Calvin discovered PGA or phosphoglyceric acid as the first carbon dioxide fixation product. He was even awarded the Nobel Prize for his discovery. And so the biosynthetic cycle is also called Calvin cycle. Now we will do this Calvin cycle. Now carbon dioxide, 3 molecules of carbon dioxide combine with 3 molecules of ribulose 1-biphosphate, which is abbreviated as RUBP. 3 molecules of this is a 5 carbon compound, 5 carbon ketose sugar. It combines with carbon dioxide, which is a 1 carbon sugar. And first, this reaction takes place in presence of carboxylase enzyme called RUBP carboxylase. And this entire process or the dark reaction takes place in 3 steps. The first step is called carboxylation, that is addition of carbon dioxide to this. First step is this. Then the second step is called glycolytic reversal or reduction, which is the second step. And the third step here is called regeneration of RUBP. That is, RUBP does not participate in the reaction. It is regenerated at the end of the reaction. After sugar is formed, it is regenerated at the end. So these are the 3 steps in which the dark reaction takes place. First, RUBP combines with carbon dioxide, and this is a 5 carbon sugar, this is a 1 carbon sugar. So first an intermediate compound of 6 carbon is formed. First an intermediate compound of 6 carbon is formed. This compound breaks up to form 3 molecules of this. 3 molecules of the intermediate compound are formed, which then breaks up to form 6 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid, which is abbreviated as PGA, which is a 3 carbon compound. And this is the first carbon dioxide fixation product, which was discovered by Melvin Calvin. And so dark reaction is also called Calvin cycle. The products of light reaction, ATP is utilized. It is converted into 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. 6 molecules of this are formed, which is also a 3 carbon compound. Then NADPH is used and glyceraldehyde phosphate is formed, which is abbreviated as PGAL. This is then there is an isomer of glyceraldehyde phosphate, which is called dihydroxy acetone phosphate, and the two exist in equilibrium. The two forms exist in equilibrium, and then 6 molecules of this are formed. Then from here 5 molecules of glyceraldehyde phosphate regenerate ribulose 1,5-phosphate, and 1 molecule of glyceraldehyde phosphate forms sugar, glucose, and maybe other sugars. So we can see the entire dark reaction needs products of light reaction ATP and NADPH to reduce carbon dioxide. So in the beginning when I had said dark reaction is a light independent reaction, but it requires the products of the light reaction to reduce carbon dioxide. Reduction of carbon dioxide takes place in presence of enzyme carboxylase, and RUBP is regenerated at the end of the reaction. So these are the 3 steps. I will just read out what I have explained just now point wise. Now we can even summarize this. Where should I write? Okay, after I explain this to you, I will erase it and write an overall equation of photosynthesis. We all know 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water. They react in presence of sunlight, in presence of chlorophyll, that is the green parts of the plant. They form 1 molecule of glucose, 6 molecules of oxygen are produced as a byproduct, and 6 molecules of water are regenerated at the end. Now these are 3 molecules. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide means double of this. So 6 ATP will become 12 ATP. In the reaction, 12 ATP are used, and no, there are 3 ATP here, sorry, 6 plus 3, 9 and 1, so 18 ATP, because this is for 3 molecules. For 6 molecules it becomes 18 ATP, and this is 6, so 6 into 2, 12 NADPH is used. So I will be summarizing this, but first let me just read out what I have explained to you so that it becomes even more clear to you. Biosynthetic phase or dark reaction. The products of light reaction are ATP, NADPH and oxygen. The oxygen diffuses out while ATP and NADPH are used in the next phase for the synthesis of sugars. The next phase after light reaction is the biosynthetic phase or the dark reaction, or even called the light independent reaction. This process is not directly dependent on the presence of light, but it is dependent on the products of the light reaction, that is ATP and NADPH. Melvin Calvin discovered that first carbon dioxide fixation was a 3-carbon acid, 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So biosynthetic pathway is also called Melvin-Calvin's cycle. Scientists discovered that carbon dioxide assimilation in plants is of 2 types. C3 cycle, in which some plants have the first product of carbon dioxide fixation, which is a 3-carbon acid, phosphoglyceric acid, hence they have a C3 pathway. C4 cycle is the other type, in which plants have first product of carbon dioxide fixation, which is a 4-carbon acid called oxaloacetic acid, and hence it is called the C4 pathway. The primary acceptor of carbon dioxide is ribulose 1,5-biphosphate, which is a 5-carbon ketose sugar. C3 cycle or Calvin cycle, this phase does not require light. I told you it utilizes ATP and NADPH molecules formed during light reaction. It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. It was discovered by Melvin Calvin, and he even received a Nobel Prize for this work, for discovering this pathway. The reaction takes place in 3 major steps. The first step is called carboxylation. Second step is called glycolytic reversal or reduction, and the third step is called regeneration of ribulose biphosphate. The first step, carboxylation, is addition of carbon dioxide to ribulose 1,5-biphosphate, a 5-carbon sugar, which is the acceptor of carbon dioxide. 3 molecules of carbon dioxide get attached to 3 molecules of ribulose biphosphate and form 3 molecules of a 6-carbon intermediate compound, which will then break up into 6 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid in presence of enzyme ribulose biphosphate carboxylase. Then second step, glycolytic reversal or reduction. It involves the reduction of phosphoglyceric acid. Reduction means addition of hydrogen. Reduction of PGA by using ATP and NADPH2, which are products of light reaction. 6 molecules of PGA are reduced to 6 molecules of 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid, which later on, by utilizing 6 molecules of ATP, later on using all the NADPH2, 6 molecules of glyceraldehyde phosphate, abbreviated as PJAL, are formed. Glyceraldehyde phosphate exists in equilibrium, I have shown here, with its isomer dihydroxyacetone phosphate, and they are collectively called triose phosphates because they are both 3 carbon sugars. Then last step of dark reaction is regeneration of ribulose biphosphate. The glyceraldehyde phosphate undergoes a series of reactions, and ultimately by utilizing 5 molecules and 3 molecules of ATP, they regenerate ribulose 1-biphosphate, and 1 molecule of glyceraldehyde phosphate is used to make other molecules like glucose and other sugars like sucrose, etc. So this is the overall pathway of dark reaction or biosynthetic phase. I will erase this so that I can write an overall equation for photosynthesis. In simple terms, we say 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water. They combine in presence of green pigment chlorophyll, which absorbs light, gets excited, all that we have seen in light reaction, and 1 molecule of glucose is formed. 6 molecules of oxygen are formed as a byproduct, and 6 molecules of water are reformed. They are not left from this, they are reformed. If we expand this equation, we have seen carbon dioxide reacts with RuBP, which is regenerated at the end. So 6 molecules of ribulose 1,5-biphosphate combined with 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water. By splitting of water, we see 18 ADP are used to form 18 ATP, and 12 NADPH2 form 12 NADP, 1 molecule of glucose, 6 molecules of water, 6 molecules of oxygen are formed, and 6 molecules of RuBP are regenerated. These that were used up are also there, so we can exclude this, and we see that the overall equation is this. So this is the overall equation of photosynthesis. And so we have studied the mechanism of photosynthesis in detail, both light reaction and the substages of light reaction, absorption of light by chlorophyll, then splitting of water, phosphorylation, products of light reaction, how they help in formation of sugars, or dark reaction takes place. So this is basically Calvin's cycle that we have studied today. Now there are the Calvin cycle is basically seen in C3 plants. Then we will also be doing C4 cycle, that is alternative form of this dark reaction, which is seen in certain plants where the first carbon dioxide fixation product is a 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid. Now C4 cycle is an adaptation to the C3 cycle, so I will be telling you about that. But before I tell you the entire cycle, there's slight difference in the anatomy of the leaves of C4 plants, and these C4 plants grow in tropical regions while C3 plants grow in temperate regions. We will also be doing the difference of C3 and C4 plants, but let me tell you about C4 cycle. C4 cycle is an adaptation in plants that grow in high light intensity regions to reduce photorespiration. Certain tropical plants like sugarcane, grasses and maize have the first product of photosynthesis as a 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid, which then forms malic acid, sometimes aspartic acid, and it is different from the first carbon dioxide fixation compound, which is PGA, phosphoglyceric acid, in temperate plants. Now these C4 plants have a special leaf anatomy which is called Kranz anatomy. The mesophyll cells and the bundle sheath cells, they form two rings outside the vascular bundles, and in both these cells chloroplasts differ in form, so they are termed dimorphic. So I will now draw the structure of the mesophyll, the bundle sheath, the vascular bundle, and show you how different products are formed and how C4 cycle differs from C3 cycle. Now we will do the C4 cycle or the C4 pathway, also called the Hatch-Slack pathway. This is an adaptation in plants that grow in high light intensity to reduce the process of photorespiration. Tropical plants like sugarcane, grasses, maize, they have the first product of carbon dioxide fixation as a 4-carbon compound called oxaloacetic acid, which then converts into malic acid, aspartic acid, and unlike the temperate plants in which the first carbon dioxide fixation product is phosphoglyceric acid, such plants have a special leaf anatomy. It is called the Kranz anatomy, in which the vascular bundle is surrounded by the bundle sheath cell and then the mesophyll cells. In Kranz anatomy, the mesophyll cells and the bundle sheath cells form two rings outside the vascular bundles. In both these cells, chloroplasts differ in form and so are termed dimorphic. The carbon dioxide is fixed in the cytoplasm of mesophyll cells. The first acceptor of carbon dioxide is phosphoenol pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound instead of ribulose biphosphate in C3 plants, RUBP. The enzyme involved in this is called PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase, which has a much higher affinity to carbon dioxide and does not participate in photorespiration. The oxalic acid formed is first converted to malic acid, we also call it malate, which is then transported to the bundle sheath cells through the plasmodesmata. And in the bundle sheath cells, the malate is converted to pyruvic acid and carbon dioxide is released. The pyruvic acid then returns to the mesophyll cells and carbon dioxide enters the conventional C3 cycle in the bundle sheath cells, and the carbon dioxide is accepted by ribulose biphosphate carboxylase and the C3 cycle continues. The basic pathway that results in the formation of sugars is the Calvin pathway, the C3 cycle, which is common to both C3 and C4 plants. In C3 plants, in the whole process, since carbon dioxide undergoes double fixation, so the amount of ATP used is much more. In C3, we see 18 molecules of ATP are used, whereas in C4, 30 molecules of ATP are used to form or to fix 1 molecule of glucose. So C3 pathway requires 18 ATP and C4 pathway requires 30 ATP, much more than the C3 pathway. Now I have the figure on the board for you. What I have read just now, I will explain it to you. Now in C4 plants and have a C4 cycle for fixation of carbon dioxide. These plants are the tropical plants which grow in light intensity regions like maize, sugarcane, millets, etc. And this mechanism takes place to reduce photorespiration. Now carbon dioxide, as I said, these plants have a special type of anatomy called the Kranz anatomy, in which the vascular bundle is surrounded by 2 rings of cells. First ring of cells is the bundle sheath cells and the second ring of cells is the mesophyll cells. So carbon dioxide first combines with a 3 carbon compound. Unlike a 5 carbon compound we had seen in C3 cycles RuBP, here it combines with a 3 carbon compound phosphoenol pyruvate. Carbon dioxide combines with it. The enzyme is PEP carboxylase and fixation takes place, and the first carbon dioxide fixation product in C4 plants is oxaloacetic acid. This then changes into malic acid on accepting hydrogen. Malic acid through plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata is the connection between two cells. Through plasmodesmata comes into the bundle sheath cells. From here, bundle sheath cells, it changes into pyruvic acid and a molecule of carbon dioxide is formed. This is a 4 carbon compound. This is also 4 carbon. This is 3 carbon compound. 1 molecule of carbon dioxide is released. This carbon dioxide then combines with RuBP and undergoes the C3 cycle or the Calvin cycle. So Calvin cycle is actually common for both C3 and C4 plants. So this then forms 6 molecules of PGA, and from which RuBP is regenerated and 1 molecule changes into PGA. Actually from PGAL glyceraldehyde phosphate is formed. The whole cycle is not shown, but just to give you a vague idea that one of these will form sugar which will enter the phloem and will be transported, whereas the pyruvic acid that forms enters into the mesophyll cells again through the plasmodesmata, and this cycle is repeated. So PEP combines with CO2 and it forms oxaloacetic acid which changes into malic acid. Malic acid comes into the bundle sheath cells, changes into pyruvic acid and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is used in the Calvin cycle and pyruvic acid regenerates phosphoenol pyruvate. So this was about the C4 cycle seen in C4 plants, in tropical plants. Now we will do the difference between the C3 and the C4 plants. I have already explained the C3 cycle and the C4 cycle. Now when I read out the differences between C3 and C4 plants in a systematic, in an orderly manner, things will become very clear to you, and I will even post a PDF of the differences between C3 and C4 plants because it is important from the examination point of view. Now coming to differences between C3 and C4 plants. First character taken into consideration, cell type. In C3 plants, the cell type is only of one type, that is the mesophyll cells, whereas in C4 plants there are 2 types of cells, the mesophyll cells and the bundle sheath cells. Kranz anatomy is not present in C3 plants, whereas it is present in C4 plants. The first carbon dioxide acceptor in C3 plants is a 5 carbon keto sugar, ribulose biphosphate, whereas in case of C4 plants it is a 3 carbon sugar phosphoenol pyruvate. So it is a 3 carbon compound, and in bundle cells we will see that it is a 5 carbon compound RuBP. Then carbon dioxide fixing enzyme in case of C3 plants it is RuBP carboxylase, also called Rubisco. And in C4 plants, in mesophyll cells it is PEP carboxylase, and in bundle sheath cells it is RuBP carboxylase. Then the next character, first product of photosynthesis in C3 plants is phosphoglyceric acid, which is a 3 carbon compound, whereas in C4 plants it is oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4 carbon compound. Then carbon dioxide fixation in C3 plants occurs only once, whereas in C4 plants we have seen it occurs twice, once here and once here. Then that is once in the mesophyll cells and once in the bundle sheath cells. Then region of growth of these plants, C3 plants grow in temperate regions and C4 plants grow in tropical regions. Light intensity in C3 plants high light intensity is only for a short period of time, whereas in C4 plants almost the whole day there is high light intensity. Then coming to temperature, the optimum temperature for C3 plants is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, whereas for C4 plants it is 35 to 45 degrees Celsius. Then photorespiration occurs and reduces the yield of C3 plants by 30 to 40%, whereas in C4 plants photorespiration is negligible because of high carbon dioxide concentration in the C4 cycle. Examples of C3 plants are rice, wheat, potato, whereas examples of C4 plants are maize, sugarcane and millets. So these are the major differences between C3 and C4 plants, and today's class we will end here only, and on the next turn we will do the next topic, that is photorespiration. So good luck to all of you. Take care, stay safe and stay healthy.